What is going on, you guys? It's Nacho with a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be changing out the tires on my Yamaha R9 with the help of our friends over at Rabaconda. Rabaconda sent us a couple packages, with the first one being the street bike tire changer, which is what we're going to be using to replace the rear and front tire. As you guys can see, I already went ahead and took off the rear tire, but there's one important thing I do want to mention if you plan on doing this at home, and that is that you never want to put any stress on your brake line. When you take your rear tire off, I don't recommend hanging your rear caliper like this, or else you will create some stress on the brake line. So one thing you can do is on the back side, there's always going to be a slot where you can slide it in right here, how it originally was, and that way you won't create any kind of stress on your line. So that's one thing I do want to mention. For the change, is pretty much put it off to the side, and for the parts, make sure you have it on whichever side you took it off on so you don't mix things up. So I'm going to be replacing the rear tire with the Power 6s. That's the option I went with, and same goes with the front. The only reason why the front isn't up is because I don't have a front stand as of right now. I do have a rear stand from Pitbull, which is why I'm only going to be doing the rear tire right now. But not too long ago, I placed another order for a front stand, which is going to be coming in later today. If you plan on changing out your own tires like me, you're going to want to pick up a front stand along with the rear stand. Personally, this has been the most sturdy and reliable product I've ever used. Actually, I think my front stand is actually here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Speaking of Pitbull, look at what just came in as I was talking about the rear stand. The delivery driver also, he also delivered one more package, which are my oil filters. This comes in a pack of 10, and honestly, I go through it pretty quick. For those who don't watch the channel, me along with two other friends have Yamaha R9s, so we go through oil changes pretty quick. So it makes the most sense for us to order in bulk, and we pretty much just split the cost. So if you and another friend have an R9, I honestly recommend going this route because it will save you and your friend a lot of money over time. Even if it's just you that has an R9 and you plan on keeping it for a really long time, I would probably honestly go this route as well, just because you're most likely eventually going to need it if you plan on keeping this bike for a really long time, which I plan on doing so. And the biggest key part is that it will save you a lot of money over time. Speaking about packages, I also got one more package in the mail, and that is my Puig, I believe that's how you pronounce it. This windscreen I've actually been waiting for a really long time, just because this one I got very early on, I believe from the Yamaha website, and honestly it's been really great. It's a dark smoke, but the only thing that I don't like about it is that it's a little low, and I was hoping for a higher windscreen, and that's exactly what the Puig windscreen is going to do. Is going to bring it up a little higher, and it's also going to have a better design in my opinion. So I'm super excited to install this in probably my next video. I didn't go with the darkest option. The darkest option I believe was black, and the one under that was smoke. So I went ahead with smoke because I don't want it pure black. So stay tuned for my next video. I'll probably be installing this, and it should be a very quick process as well. So back to Rabaconda. As soon as we replace the front and rear tire, we are going to be using the second package that they sent me. And the second package is the motorcycle wheel balancer, which is exactly what you need to balance your tires. It's a super quick process. All you have to essentially do is put the tire on the mount and make sure there's zero to little movement, and that's basically telling you that the wheel is balanced. The next thing they sent us was a pit mat, which as you guys can see is already in use on the floor. Super good quality, so you guys will probably see this in my upcoming videos. And then the last thing they sent, I'm not entirely sure what it is, but let me go ahead and open it right now. Maybe it's $1 million in cash. Let's see. Oh, this is actually one of the most important things that we need for the tire changing kit. So it looks like in the package, they gave us some bead grease along with a brush. Here's the brush here, and the bead grease is gonna come in clutch for whenever we mount the new tire on. And the package came with one more thing. It's a cup holder, but on the back, it got some magnets. So if I'm not mistaken, it should mount pretty easily on anything that's magnetized. Yeah, it's actually pretty strong, and if you pull it hard enough, it actually moves the table. Now I'm gonna put it to the test with my drink of choice. And you guys already know, White Monster will be my drink of choice. Let me go ahead and put it on. All right, so it is on. Let me see if it's able to hold the weight. Damn. All right, so anyways, if you guys want to pick up the exact same set that I have with Rabaconda, make sure you guys use code Nacho for a percentage off your order. All right, guys, so I'm gonna unbox these two packages so that we could get started with the install process of the new tire. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, I just finished unboxing the two remaining packages, the first being the tire changer and then the second being the wheel balancer. The setup process of the tire changer and the balance took no more than 10 minutes. It's honestly super straightforward. Both packages came with an operator's manual to show you exactly how to set it up and how to use the tools. And I'm also gonna be showing you guys exactly how to use the two items in today's video. So to get started, before you even put the tire onto the mount, first thing you want to check is that the tire is warm. It's not required, but it's highly recommended that it's warm so that you have an easier time taking the tire off. In today's case, I'm gonna do it cold just so I could see how hard it really is. After that, you're gonna wanna make sure there is no more air left in the tire, or at least try your best to get most of the air out. So try your best to suck all of the air out of the tire. As soon as you're done with that, you're pretty much good to put the wheel onto the mount. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The kit is also gonna come with these two magnetic wheel supports. This essentially goes onto the main stand. You're gonna wanna put one at the bottom and one at the very top. This is so that when you put the wheel on, there's no physical contact with the actual stand. So once again, make sure your tire is flat and then you're pretty much good to put it on the stand. Now that the wheel is on the stand, you're gonna have these 3 separate bushings. In my case, the middle one fits my bike. Just make sure you're using the bushing that fits your wheel. There we go. All right, and then now you can pretty much find the right height for the bead breaker. All right, and then after you find a pretty good angle, you're pretty much just gonna push down and break that bead. There we go. All right, and so after you broke the first bead, you're gonna wanna turn it around and break the second bead. There we go. And now that we got both beads broken, we can put this attachment right in that centerpiece. This is gonna help us with the tire removal process. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the middle. All right, and so now all we have to do is get the duck head under the rim. And you could do this pretty easily by using the bead breaker, pushing pretty hard towards the top, throwing it over, and then you could pretty much just line this up right under the rim. And so this is exactly how it'll look. Make sure you're under the rim, just like that on both sides. Right after that, move the attachment towards the bottom, and then you're gonna place your wheel lock right in that center hole so it stops the wheel from moving when you're cranking. After that's completed, go ahead and grab some bead grease. Go ahead and get some on your brush, and you're pretty much gonna wipe down the edge of that tire. After you get it pretty nice and wet, you're gonna hook the first bead under the duck head. All right, so now that we have it under, there's a hook right here. There you go, just let it rest there. And now after that, you can pretty much remove the bead breaker tool. And now you're pretty much gonna use the bead breaker tool as leverage to take the tire off. All right, well, that's pretty normal. After you get the first slide, this is gonna fall off and you no longer need this, so you can put this off to the side. And just keep going until the full tire is off. There you go. All right, and so now we're pretty much gonna do the exact same thing that we did to break the first bead, but the only difference is that we're gonna bring this tire up and pretty much do the second bead from the bottom. The second bead is typically a lot easier to grab onto. And now as you guys can see on the inside, I got a hold of that second bead. That right there is exactly what we're looking for. Make sure it's hooked, and now we can crank it. There we go. All right guys, now for the install process of the new tire, you first want to inspect it and make sure that you're going to be mounting it in the correct direction. As you guys can see, whether it's the front tire or rear tire, in this situation it's the rear. It's going to say rear with an arrow. Make sure that's the direction that you're mounting it. All right guys, and so now I'm going to pretty much just lubricate both sides of the tire. All right, and so after you lubricate the tire, you're pretty much going to put it right on top of this duck head. All right, and so now that it's on top of the duck head and under the other side, we're pretty much good to crank. There we go. And that is how you get the first bead on. Pretty simple, very straightforward. And so now we're pretty much going to do the exact same thing for the second bead. Make sure it looks just like this. You're also going to need the drop center tool, which comes with the kit, and you're going to place it right here, just like this. There we go. Now we can pretty much remove the drop center, and now we can remove all the accessories. And that's literally all there is to it. After you finish that second bead, clean up the tire and fill it up with air. After that, you're pretty much good to put it back on the bike, but if you want to balance it, I highly recommend getting that. To balance it, it's honestly super straightforward, but I do have one issue. I don't have any wheel weights to balance this tire, so I have to wait till tomorrow morning. I ordered it on Amazon and it should be delivering at around 8 a.m. And I'll pick up the video as soon as I get the wheel weights on hand to show you guys exactly how to balance it, so I'll be right back. All right guys, so it is the next day and I finally got the wheel weights on hand, so we're pretty much ready to balance this tire. But before we go ahead and do that, I still have to fill up the tire with some air. I'm gonna set this to probably around 36 or 38 psi. If you guys are curious how much air your tire needs, it's gonna be on your swing arm. All right, so it's kind of hard to see from here, but basically the sticker right back there tells you exactly how much air you need. Keep in mind that this is pretty much the max psi that your tire should have. So for example, my bike for the front, it says that it's 36 psi, and for the rear, it says that it's 42. I personally never really follow that. I go about 2 to 4 psi under that. So I'm gonna put it at 38. All right guys, I'm back and we filled the tire up to 38 psi. Now we're pretty much ready for mounting. One thing I do want to mention from when I was rewatching the clips from yesterday is that this tire is extremely dirty, and I already know. Don't worry, as soon as I finish balancing this tire, I promise you the bike and the wheels are going to get a really good wash. Just look at the bike. It hasn't got a wash in a really long time, so I'm going to make sure to scrub this down real good. But without further ado, let's go ahead and balance this tire. Make sure that you guys have the wheel weights. Don't be like me and forget them. To be honest, the process of balancing the tire is really easy and straightforward. As long as you got a little bit of patience, pretty much anyone could do it. So all you need are some wheel weights. I went ahead and went with the 1/4 ounce adhesive wheel weights. You guys could pretty much do any weight that you guys want to do. In my opinion, this one is the most precise. So the first thing you're going to want to do is obviously grab your tire. Go ahead and put these off to the side, but you are going to need that metal rod. That metal rod is going to go directly inside the wheel. Put it right in the middle, and you're pretty much going to balance it on these ledges right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, now that we have the wheel with the rod balancing on this, those two things that we put to the side, you're pretty much gonna pinch the wheel on each side, and you're gonna need a 4mm hex bit to basically tighten it in place. One here and then one on the other side. After you have both sides tightened, you could pretty much give the wheel a little spin, and you're gonna notice after a little bit of time, the wheel is gonna go back and forth and eventually come to a stop. When it comes to a stop, that basically means that the heaviest point is at the bottom of the wheel. Now our goal is to pretty much put it at a 45-degree angle, let go, and have it move nowhere. And to achieve that perfect balance, you are going to need to use these wheel weights. As you guys can see, it's pretty much switching sides now, so it's going to try to find the middle. All right, so the wheel has stopped moving, and once again, that basically means that the heaviest point is at the bottom and the lightest point is at the top. So now what we have to do is add some weight to the top of the wheel to find that perfect balance. One little trick you can use with these weights without fully committing to putting it on the wheel is to grab a roll of masking tape and using this masking tape to pretty much stick this onto the wheel. That way you don't have to worry about taking off any weight if you fully committed to putting it on the wheel. So I'm going to start by sticking these 2/4 ounces on the top of the wheel, turning the wheel 90 degrees and seeing where we go from there. And just like that with some masking tape, I was able to put it on top of the wheel. Go ahead and turn it 90 degrees, let go, and see where the balance is. All right, it's pretty clear to see that the bottom is still too heavy. So I'm gonna put another 2/4 ounce plates. All right, so I stacked another 2/4 ounce plates. Let's go ahead and try that one more time. All right, so it looks like we're getting somewhere. It went a little slower this time, so I'm gonna add another 2 plates. All right, so now that's a total of 6 1/4 ounce plates. I'm gonna go ahead and try it one more time. It should be balanced now. Okay, all right, so it's moving very slow. This time I'm not gonna put another 2 plates. I'm just gonna add 1/4 ounce plate and see where we go. This last plate should honestly do the trick, so I'll be pretty surprised if it's not balanced now. Yeah, there we go. It looks like I actually just need one more plate. It's honestly really well balanced. There's little to no movement now, as you guys can see. That's the way to verify if it's pretty much balanced. You could pretty much spin it in any direction and there won't be any movement. Or if there is any movement, it'll pretty much be at a minimal. Try to test it a couple of times before you actually mount it back on the bike, and it looks like it is balanced. So that is pretty much how you can replace any rear tire on your motorcycle at the comfort of your own home with the help of Raboconda. Once again, Raboconda, thank you guys so much for sending out this product to me. And if you guys at home want a set just like this, make sure you guys click the link in the description down below and use code Nacho when checking out the website if you want a discount off your order. Just to be clear, this set can pretty much replace any rear and front tire. Right after I wrap up this video, I'm gonna go ahead and do the front tire, which I will probably post on Instagram. So if you guys haven't followed me already, make sure you follow that. I'll be sure to leave it somewhere on the screen, but without further ado, that's pretty much gonna wrap up today's video. Be sure to stay on the lookout for my next video because I'm gonna be talking about this Insta360 setup that I have going on. A lot of you guys have questions in regards to the behind the scenes setup that I have going on here, and I promise there's a lot to cover, and that is most likely gonna be the next video that I post, so stay tuned for that. Before I wrap this video up, I wanna be clear, make sure you don't leave the masking tape on here. All of these wheel weights are gonna come with an adhesive on the back side that you go ahead and peel off. They have many different colors, but obviously I went with black because I have a black rim. Go ahead and peel the white piece off and stick it on your desired area. I'm gonna go ahead and do that after I wrap up the video. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video and all the support that you guys have been showing for the past couple months. These upcoming months are gonna be pretty crazy, and I just realized I still have this windscreen to be installed. So I'll be sure to feature that in a future YouTube video. But without further ado, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions, follow on my socials, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.